Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, these are the rompers I'm going to teach you how to knit. We've got one version that has these little pull tie strings to fasten, and then we have this one which has got buttonholes and straps. I think they are so unisex, so versatile. I've just done them in pink and blue, but if they were both in blue, I think a boy could wear either and so could a girl. And yeah, this is the rompers. These are the rompers. So for this pattern you're going to need your 3mm needles. You're also going to need buttons of your choice. These are just the ones I use. I got them on Amazon. If you want, I will link down below the colour, etc., because they just go with everything. I love them. And you are also going to need wool or cotton of your choice. This is the cotton I have currently, and I'm not quite sure which to go for, but I'm thinking this salmony pink. I really like it, so yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. Okay, so I'm gonna start by casting on 24 stitches. So my pull tie, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, are we in focus or not? This camera, there we go. 5, 6, 7, and 24. I should have 24 stitches. I always double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24. Perfect. So 24 is 7 centimeters. So basically we have to cast on. Oh geez. Now we have cast on our 7 centimeters of stitches, which for me is 24. I explained how to do this on my previous video on how to calculate how many stitches is equivalent to how many centimeters for each person's wool and needle size. And now I'm going to knit 4 rows before opening buttonholes on the 5th. So the first stitch, we knit it on the first row, and then as of then I just slip it. So knit like so. 1, 2, 3. My needle's looking a bit shabby. I need to buy a new one. I've got that many, I've got tons, but it's just the one that I've been using and I've got it battered to buggery. Okay, so I have now knitted 4 rows. Look how neat that is. I've knitted 4 rows and I'm now on my 5th. So on the 5th row is where we're going to open a buttonhole. It is on my blog post, it is listed how many rows before buttonhole, how to do a buttonhole, etc. So now I'm going to knit 2 stitches. This is my 5th row, like I said, and I'm knitting 2 stitches. So slip the first stitch as always, knit, which will be my second one, then I'm going to knit 2 together, and we just do it as it says, knit 2 together. So instead of knitting through my first one, just knit through the second one and both together like so. And now I'm going to yarn over, which is literally just pick my wool up and put it here and then knit 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now I'm going to open another buttonhole, which is going to be my middle one. So I'm going to knit 2 together, yarn over and knit another 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and open my last buttonhole, yarn over, knit 2 together, oops, there we go, and knit 2, 1, and oops, 2. There. So there I have my 3 buttonholes. You can't see them, but you will now once you knit the back of this row. So I'm going to knit my way back, slip my first stitch and knit just as normal, ignoring any yarn overs. We just knit it normally, creating a hole, as you can see. We just do that and like so. There we go. And as you can see, we now have our buttonholes. I have one here, 2 and 3. Now what I have to do is increase in order to open the leg holes. So for that we knit 3 stitches, yarn over, knit to the last 3, yarn over and knit 3, all the way until we achieve the width, which is for your age or size that you're knitting for. So for me this is 16 centimeters wide, so I need to knit 3, yarn over, knit to the last 3, yarn over, knit 3 until I achieve 16 centimeters wide. Okay, so let's increase as I just said, which is knit 3. So I slipped the first one. Oops, we're not in focus. So we slip the first one as we are doing on every row, knit, oops, our second, then knit the third, and then yarn over, which is literally just this, and carry on knitting. So 3, yarn over and knit to the last 3 stitches. So it's really easy. Once you get the hang of it, I think it's just as easy as the other romper that we did for the first video on my channel. Okay, so now we get to the last 3, which is here, yarn over and knit 3, 2 and whoops, 3. There we go. And now we're going to knit our way back. Now on the back of the work, to avoid creating buttonholes on this part here, we would, so if we don't yarn over, we're going to create, if we don't twist our yarn over, we're going to create holes here, similar to the eyelet hole, to the buttonhole, sorry. But here, if you want to achieve that, you just knit the yarn over as we did the buttonholes. And if you want to avoid the holes, you're going to do it as I'm going to do it now. So we knit 3, knit 3. This is on the back of the work, so we knit 3, and then this, which is the one we yarn over, if we want to make a hole, we knit it normally. And if not, we're going to go through the back of it like so. Instead of through the front this way, we're going to go through the back like that. So we twist it, and then we're just going to knit to the last 4 stitches, which is going to be the yarn over. So we carry on like so. Okay, so this is the yarn over stitch. As you can tell, if I knit it through here, I'm creating holes. So we knit it, so we knit it like that through here, through the back of it, like that, and knit 3. 1, 2, 3. We are now at the front of the work because we have both pieces of wool at the same side, and that's when it's the front of the work. So now again, I'm going to have to yarn over. So knit 3, 1, 2, oops, 3, yarn over, knit to the last 3. So 1, 2. Okay, so I have now finished doing my increases, and this is now 16 centimeters wide. There we go. Well, it's slightly over 16, but yeah, 16. I've now got a total of 52 stitches, and I'm going to carry on straight up 6 centimeters, and then I will get back to you. Okay, so I have now continued knitting straight upwards for 6 centimeters, which is what it says on my knitting pattern, which is linked down below. We've got 6 centimeters for newborn, well, for 1 to 3 months newborn. Then we have 3 to 6 months 9 centimeters, 11, 14, 15. It will all be linked down below. And now it's time to start my eyelet pattern. I'm going to do 7 centimeters worth, which is what I did here, 2, 4, 6, 7. But I'm not going to do the buttonholes. If you do want to do the buttonholes like I did on this one, I will leave how to do the buttonholes in the blog post, and I might also explain it when I get to here. But all you do is calculate where you want your buttonholes and yarn over, knit 2 together, and so on. But I will leave it on the blog post in more details. But for this one, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to knit it completely, the front and the back, both the same, so like this, with no buttonholes, because I'm going to do some different straps. Okay, so I've just done my first row, but I forgot to mention before I did my first row that in order to be able to do it, you need to have a multiple of 5 plus 2. Luckily, I increased until having 52 stitches, but say you had 53, you just knit 2 together to have 52, or if you had, I don't know, 64 and knit 2 together. If you had 62, you would yarn over, not yarn over, yeah, you could knit 2, yarn over, sorry, there we go. If you had 62 and you needed 63 stitches to have a multiple of 5 plus 2, well, you just knit 2, yarn over and knit, and then knit it through the back, and then you just have the right amount of stitches. In order to achieve these eyelets, what we do is a sequence of 4 rows, which are really easy, so I'm just going to show you how to get those done. Okay, so for the first row of the 4, we're going to purl 2, so slip 1 purlwise, purl, then we go knit, so we put our wool back down to the bottom, there we go, and we're going to slip 1 knitwise, like so, and then knit 2, 1, 2, and we pass the slipped stitch, which is this one, over these 2, if that makes any sense. So then we end up with 2 and 2, and then we're going to purl 2, slip 1, knit 2, and pass the slipped one over. Okay, purl 2, 1, 2, put it back under as if we're going to knit, slip 1 knitwise, knit 2, and pass this one over, and there. And we're just going to end up with it looking like this, as if it's in pairs. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Purl 2, 1, 2, slip 1 knitwise, knit 2, 1, 2, pass the slip stitch over the knit 2, sorry. Purl 2, slip 1, knit 2, pass it over, purl 2, slip 1, knit 2. Okay, so I've done my first row, and now for the second row. So for the the second row, where we have this so we have 2 stitches, and then we have 2 stitches with 1 over, 2 stitches, 2 stitches, 1 over, 2. Well, here between these 2 stitches that have 1 over, we need to create another stitch by just putting our wool over purl wise. So I'll show you that. So we're going to do slip 1, because I always slip my first stitch, and knit 1, and then purl 1, so like that. We yarn over purlwise, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, yarn over purlwise, which is just to bring it again to the front. So we have it at the front, and we're just going to bring it again to the front, and purl 1, knit 2, and like that all the way to the end. Purl 1, yarn over purlwise, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, yarn over purlwise, purl 1, knit 2. It's really easy once you get the hang of it. You might think it's difficult after doing the first 4 rows, but then it just gets really easy and you just do it without even thinking about it eventually. Or I find it that way. Knit 2, purl 1, yarn over purlwise, purl 1, knit 2, purl 1, yarn over purlwise, purl 1. For the third row, we are going to knit everything as it comes. So as it is, we're going to just purl 2. As you can see, we've got 2 purl stitches. The purl ones are the ones with we have a stitch and 1 across. Those are the purl ones, and these that are just down and create kind of a V. There we go, you can see that better. That create kind of a V, they are knit. So we've got purl 2, knit 3, purl 2, knit 3, all the way across. So we're just gonna slip 1 purlwise, purl 1, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, and we knit it normally, kind of creating a hole, the yarn over. We don't twist it or anything like that. Knit 3, purl 2, knit 3, purl 2. Okay, and for the last row, again, just follow the sequence that we have. So we have knit 2, purl 3, all the way to the end. So we just slip 1 knitwise, knit 1, purl 3, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 3. Now I have finished my 4 rows, and you can already see the first row of eyelets coming out really nicely. And now we will create another one of those twists here with our first row of purl 2, slip 1, knit 2, blah blah blah, and then we just continue that sequence of 4 rows until we achieve 7 centimeters worth, which is 7 eyelets. And then I will meet you for the cast off. And if you are planning to do the buttonholes like I've done, it will be detailed on my blog post. It will say knit 2 eyelets, purl 2, yarn over, knit it together, blah blah blah. So yeah, check this out on the blog post, which is linked in the description bar down below. Yeah, I'll meet you before we cast off. Okay, so now we have finished doing our 7 eyelets, which is 7 centimeters. I'm going to cast off, and I'm going to do the stretchy cast off as I did on this romper. I think a stretchy cast off is just a lot better than a normal one. I don't know why more people don't do the stretchy cast off, especially on booties and things like that, to just make them easier to pop on and off, and they also just look exactly like the same as they would with a normal cast off. So I'm going to teach you how to do the stretchy cast off. It's a bit difficult at the start, and it's a bit like, I don't know, tricky, but it's really easy once you know what you're doing. So the first stitch, I'm going to slip it as always, and then I'm going to yarn over, knit. So I now have 3 stitches on my right needle, and then these 2 stitches, so the first stitch and the yarn over, I'm going to pass them over the first one, over and over, and then I'm gonna yarn over and knit again. Sorry, am I in focus? Yeah, kind of. 1 second. Again, we have 3 stitches here, so we're going to pass those 2 over the first one. 2. Put our wool up and knit. Again, we have 3, and we are going to over and over, up, in, over, and 1, 2. Okay, so the work is cast off, and as you can see, it's just a really neat braided cast off, and it is super stretchy. It's a lot stretchier than it would be with a normal cast off. So now I have done this, we're just going to do the exact same for the back of the work, and yeah, I'll see you once we've done it, because it's just the exact same pattern, skipping the 3 buttonholes at the bottom. So it's just no buttonholes, plain pattern, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I now have both parts to my romper. I've got the back and the front. The back looks smaller, but it's just because I've knitted it slightly tighter. Anyway, so now it's time to sew them together. We sew them together on the back side. On the back side. I've left my tail pretty long in order to be able to sew it. I didn't do it at this side, but anyway, yeah. We're going to leave it long. I'm going to use my needle, thread the thread on. There, yeah. So I'm going to put it through the first loop here, as you can see, and then over here. This top part is pretty hit and miss. There's not actually a way that I can sew it to make it look perfect, but the bottom half I've kind of mastered, so I'll show you that part. I'm going to make it go down here like that, and then on the other side the same, down. We come back to this side down, and just like that, zigzagging all the way to the leg opening. Okay, so this is the romper as a nappy cover without straps, and now it's time to do the straps. So I'm going to use straps, need to be 4mm, wool for 4mm needles, and these are for 2.5 or 3, so I've doubled those up. Whereas if you want to do the straps like I did on this other romper, which are really cute, all I did was pick up stitches in the centre. I made no gap in between, I thought it was cuter. And I just picked up 6 stitches and knitted those, and I'm just going to tell you the length, although it will be written down in the description. So for newborn I did 19 centimeters more or less, and yeah, I think it's a really cute romper with those straps and the buttonholes. But for the girls one, I'm going to do an alternative for in case you want to do it a little bit different. This could also be a boys one, like, it does not matter. So what we do is we decide whereabouts we want our buttonholes to be, not the buttonhole, our straps, and I'm going to put it about here, I think. Would that be a decent? I'm not quite sure. Here I have my buttonhole in the centre of the third one, so I'm going to do the strap in the same place. So I put my crochet hook, this is my 2.5mm crochet hook, and I'm just going to put it in the third eyelet in the middle, the centre hole, and I'm just going to get my wool like so, pull it through. And then I don't know if anyone, now I don't know if you're familiar with crocheting, but what we're going to do is a chain. So I just go over and through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, so I've repeated the same thing on all 4 sides. 3 eyelets in the centre one, and I've done 60 loops, so 60 chains on my crochet, and this is the finishing look. I think it's so cute. I don't know which is my favourite because I just think both of them are absolutely adorable. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please smash the thumbs up if you did. Subscribe down below. The pattern will be written out in every size in the blog post. And yeah, if you are to make it, please let me know how it goes. Ask any questions you want down below. And also send me a video on Instagram. A photo. I would love to see the finishing piece. But yeah, this is it. If you would like to see the booties that could match, or a bonnet, or I don't know, let me know what you would like to see next. Sorry, I cannot talk. I'm trying to rush because I've no battery left on my camera. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon with a new pattern. Hopefully sooner than this video has taken. But yeah, thank you. Bye.